what is your reaction to the federal election results?
My reaction to the federal election results, I think it came as predicted. Seemed like he took a risk to call the elections. Didn't get the result that he wanted, but we're all in this situation to begin with. Yeah, not much to say really. Kind of just feels like nothing's changed.
Honestly, I think the government called an election for no better reason than to try to get a majority, which I understand, really helps put laws into motion, but they just didn't have it, and it was a waste of time and money as a result.
My reaction to the federal election results, I was really hoping for more of a support for the NDP, honestly, because that's who I voted for. So I was a little disappointed it was Liberal, but I'm glad it wasn't PC, I'll be honest.
I was hoping we would toss Trudeau. I don't think he handled the whole COVID thing very well, and we just got more of them. Now, it's a little better because he doesn't have a majority, but we're still not much better off, in my opinion.
It really seems like it was a pointless election to have. I don't know why Trudeau had to go ahead and call this election. It just seems like it was a waste of money and everyone's time. We could have put that money towards other things.
In my opinion, I think that they made a really bad mistake by taking out the polling, like the voting spots in the universities. So they lost a lot of votes that way, because it's obviously not super accessible for someone who's going to university to go to like Bedford or somewhere else to vote.
Well, I'm disappointed. I think that it was unnecessary to call an election during the pandemic. I just think it's an utter waste of $600 million to end up with the same result, actually. So I'm disappointed, and now I'm keeping my fingers crossed that things go well.
I was really hoping for a more conservative vote. I didn't really want to see the Liberals in power anymore. I was looking for the country to take a more conservative stand. I wanted Trudeau out. That's just how I feel about it all.
We spent $600 million in a pandemic, putting people's lives in danger for the same results. And it just shouldn't have been called. He had 2 more years to accomplish his goal, and we're back to where we started from.
Look, elections are always an important time, I think, in any democracy, to take the pulse of people. It looks like we kind of ended up where we started, but that's what the democratic process gave us, and I think it's always important that we learn from these moments where we're reflecting and having discussions and talking about some big policy issues and hopefully settling some differences of approach.
I feel like there's been a lot of effort and a lot of energy put into very little change. And for me, that's a big thing right now, given everything that we've been going through for the last 2 years.
First of all, I'm glad it's a minority government. I'm a bit disappointed that the NDP did not come to power, but they will have an opportunity to keep the Liberals somewhat honest, and I hope that they do not support them when the time comes. And I look forward to the next election when we can once again vote our conscience.
This whole election was a little confusing and really fast. Other ones in the past have been a lot, like, I've understood them a lot better, right? I'm okay with the result for sure, given my leanings, but it still seemed like it was a little unnecessary to me.
Fair enough. I think Justin Trudeau done a wonderful job through the people through the pandemic and let him finish his job. So it's been wonderful.
What a waste. What a waste of money, time, and energy.
Why do you say that?
Because nothing has changed. We spent how many? $600 million? For what? Nothing has changed.
Frustration. It's unbelievable to me that we went through $600 million for about a difference of 6 votes with the different parties. They all ended up basically the same, so when I counted it up this morning, it was about 6 different seats changed. Liberals went up 1 or 2, the Conservatives went down 1 or 2, Green picked up 1, so it's about $100 million a seat for that we wasted that money on. It's just horrible, it's pathetic, and he should be ashamed of himself for calling it.
I was disappointed that we were having the election, but then we had the election, and you have to bring forth so many important issues. Climate change, housing, poverty, there's just so many issues there.
I'm surprised. I'm not upset about it though, but I am surprised.
How?
I did not think the Liberals were going to get in again. I thought people were more upset about the last couple years.
I think it's what we wanted. I think it worked out probably the best way possible. And they're going to have to work together to get things done, you know, so I like both of the top two parties, the people in them and that, so.
Well, as I listened to the political discussions over the last number of weeks, I wasn't impressed that any of them could really do the job that needs to be done. But after saying that, I was kind of looking forward to the Liberals winning. We're bringing in a guy that's worked at it before. He might have more experience and might do something. But the rest, they all said pretty well the same thing. Some little differences, but I was tired of listening to them. But you got to vote on somebody.